Hi, my name's Sarah from Ruby and the Foxes, and I design fun and colourful intarsia knitting patterns, which are basically knitted pictures. I consider myself more of a fibre artist than a knitter because I'm not a great knitter, but I'm quite good at the colourwork stuff. So I taught myself this method of knitting a couple of years ago and became completely obsessed with it. I love it. I love designing the pictures and then knitting them. I also love the fact that others can get to knit them too, but I realise that some people might feel a bit intimidated to try colour work because it is considered an advanced technique. So hopefully I can show you how to do it and that it isn't that difficult. So I'm putting together a series of knitting tutorial videos going through every stage from casting on all the way up to colour work in order to knit this little rainbow here. So if you're already familiar with any of the stages, then please feel free to skip over the videos to the ones that you do want to follow. If you'd like to knit along with the same pattern, it is available for free on my website, rubyandthefoxes.com. Then click on Learn to Knit. So the materials you need is a set of knitting needles. I use 4mm for all my work. And 6 different coloured yarns. I've got a few here. Obviously, I've just got bits and bobs here. You certainly won't need a full ball of any of the colours. If you've got thicker needles and chunky yarn, I'm using double knitting there. That doesn't matter, it'll just turn out bigger. If you've got different colours to these, that wouldn't matter either. You'd still get a rainbow effect. And even if you only had 2 colours, it would still work. I would use your second colour to knit the first, third and fifth bands of the rainbow, and then your background colour the same as the second and the fourth, so you'd still get a nice rainbow image there, so that would still work. So I just wanted to go over my top tips when you're starting out knitting. The first most important one I'd say is just really take your time. Don't rush. When you rush, that's when mistakes are more likely. Also, avoid distractions to begin with anyway, so it's because it's really easy to drop a stitch and not notice if you're watching TV at the same time. So try and avoid that for now, just give it your full concentration. Also, you want to keep track of how many rows you've knitted. I have a row counter here. Basically every time I knit a row I can click it. It's off my knitting machine. You can buy row counters, all different sorts of ones like clicker ones or ones that you turn. I've also just used a tally method with a pen and paper, so every time you knit a row you mark a 1 until you strike through for 5. So that's a nice easy way of doing it there. So definitely keep track of your rows, especially when you're following an intarsia chart, because it's really easy to lose track of where you got to in your pattern if you go to make a quick cuppa or you put your knitting down for a couple of days. I would also say, really important, count the number of stitches that you have regularly. I would, when you're starting out, definitely count how many stitches at the end of each row, and then when you begin to introduce colour work you want to count how many stitches for each block of colour that you're doing and double check it the whole way along, because I still do it now. I might get a couple of rows in and realise that I started the colour in the wrong place. Double check your stitch counts all the time. So they would be my top tips for that. So following this video will be a series of tutorials. I hope they're useful. I hope you enjoy them. And if you've got any suggestions of anything else you'd like me to show you, please let me know. All suggestions are welcome. Thank you.